Welcome to Bluebell Island for a guide 2 with me, MrSealyp. The Keenan Mech Fibre 340 feeder wagons. This isn't technically a new mod. It's been around a couple of times now through the Modhub. It came in, disappeared, it's come back again. There have been a few little changes made. This is by CDModelz, Modelz with a Z. That will go up in the description. And it is a feeder wagon, single axle. Some absolutely fantastic details on this. Now on the actual on the Modhub, it says it's been changed, new tyres, digital scale, which we'll have to have a look at later on. Hopefully that's working. The decal detail, again, it's another one of those ones. The closer you get, it doesn't blur. It really is a nice looking mod. Now, as you can see, there are two options available. So we go into the store under animals and we go on to feeder wagons. We've got the Keenan Mech Fibre 340, which is 22,500 to buy. That's the brand new one. And then you've got the Mech Fibre 340 for 16,500, which is a used one. We'll talk about that in a moment. Comparatively, the Gavile is 13,000, which is cheaper still. And when we look at the actual capacity, the Keenan, for what looks like a fairly large mixer wagon, capacity is only 12,750. So you're only going to get one of each bale in there, realistically. I had a bit of a fiddle around with this on Sosnovka, and I couldn't get it to load from a hayloft. So I don't know if that's an issue or a glitch, or I'm not too sure. So I'm going to try it with bales on this one, and hopefully it's going to work. Only requires 80 horsepower, which is very low horsepower requirement, and very good. So you've got the new version and you've got the old used version. Here's my only issue with this. And again, I'm just being honest, a layman's term. This is what I'm looking at. This is what's in front of me. I'm not knocking the mod maker at all. It's just hopefully constructive criticism, feedback. I don't know. I don't make mods, and wouldn't know where to begin to make mods. And I've said this before. I don't like to criticise because the first reaction will be, well, could you do any better? Realistically, no, I couldn't. I wouldn't know where to start. But it is just an observation. That's all I'm saying. Obviously, the standard brand new version, lovely, fantastic. The older version, when you get in close, the detail on here, it looks really rusty. It looks really good on certain parts. If we climb up the ladder on the back, I mean, it is like that is seriously rusty machinery. That looks like it's been left in a shed for like 40 years. If it looks that old, that used, you'd think the price would be a lot cheaper than it is. That's the first observation. Not a criticism, it's an observation. The other thing is, whilst the rust works on most of the surfaces and it looks absolutely brilliant, on some of them, for example here, it looks like it's blood stained. It looks like it's been in a zombie apocalypse and there's like blood splattered all up the front of it. Doesn't look quite as rusty, and it's just probably down to the fact that the rust texture that's been overlaid has worked fine on some of the surfaces, but I think maybe on the yellow it just hasn't worked quite as well. Like I say, it's a minor comment, it's not, but that is the older version. I would have liked it if the older version, judging by when you look at it, the state of it, it was a lot cheaper, but it is what it is, and that's it in front of us. So they're the two options available: new, used. We're going to whiz over to the cows and try this out. So here we are. I've got the new version. We're over at the dairy farm on Bluebell Island, and I'm going to load this up with normal bales. But before I do that, start the engine up. So, lights. It's got running lights down the side, which I quite like these. Running lights on the side here. One on each corner, which is all very nice. And we have got indicators. Again, very, very nice. If we look over into the top now, if I turn this on, that's nice. I like that. That mixer bar. Very, very nice. So I'm going to leave that running. And let's get some bales into this. Hasn't got to be neat, just get them in. Now, like I say, this will only take one of each because it's only got a capacity of 12,750. Now what I could do is just top up the last bit with silage, or which I could do realistically, that would work. Again, the wrap going into this would make a real mess of everything. Let's take in the bale, no problem at all, which is exactly what I want to see. Now, if you're another one of these high horsepower, big machinery type people, and for certain maps, I am absolutely one of those people, but on certain maps, smaller machineries sort of fits better. Obviously, a lot of these new mods that are coming out are low horsepower stuff, the Massey Ferguson pack and that kind of thing. And I like that. I like the fact that for this is going to work really, really well. So, what I will do just for this, that should give us almost a full capacity. We'll be 750 litres short, but that's not too much of a problem. So there we go, 12,000 litres, total mixed ration, and it's mixing away very nicely. To get to the 750, I could just go and get a scoop of silage and put it in, but I don't need to. Now, the unload is on the left-hand side, so I just need to swing this round. Bring it in. And let's feed them. There we go. Slight delay. I did panic then, didn't think it was going to work. But it is going down very, very slowly. It's unloading from the left-hand side of the chute. Little auger screw looks like it's right turning in there. Great details, great animations, nice mod. Like I say, this isn't the first time this has been around, it's been fiddled around with a few times I think, just to iron out any issues. Let's turn that off. But, there we go, the Keenan Mech Fibre 340 feeder wagon, feed mixer, whatever you would like to call it, whichever you would prefer. Very nice mod from CDModelz, works brilliantly. Something a bit different. If you just want to change things up and try different things out, I think it works really, really well. I hope you found this useful and informative, seeing how it works, what it does, what it looks like, etc. Oh, I didn't check the digital scale. Bear with me 1 minute. Just turn that back on before I whiz off. Actually, I can't do that, can I? I haven't got my silage isn't ready. Right, let's just chuck a bale in here, shall we? Almost forgot, that was so close. I did want to check that. Right, let's very, very quickly drop this one in and see what it says. There we go, 4,000. Don't know if you can just see that readout just up there. It is saying 4,000, so the digital readout is working perfectly. I will zoom in on that. But it definitely says 4,000. Brilliant. And the pipe's all hooked up, and you know, like I say, great mod, great details, really, really nice. So back to where I was before. I hope you enjoyed this. Found it informative and useful. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.